This is it, what? Cohiba lit, what? We got that yak up in the cup and getting bent, what? Put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic. This is it, what? That Chiba lit, what? You got some drink up in your cup and getting bent, what? So put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic. Stogie light in it.
You are tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. This is the official breakdown and prediction video for Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Swift Garcia. I'm not even gonna lie, I waited till the last minute to do this video because I was gonna, put the lab coat on, go in the lab and break down some film. So I put the lab coat on, went in the lab, and I'm getting ready to start running some old fights of Errol Spence Jr. And I'm like, why? Like, what am I doing? Then I'm like, all right, let me go look at some tape of Danny Garcia. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what am I doing? Why? And the reason I took a pause is because of this. Errol Spence is coming off of a horrific car accident. I mean, Errol Spence has the angels with him. Errol Spence has the angels with him because there's a lot of people in that same scenario that wouldn't have made it. So on a serious note, we're happy that Errol Spence is alive, let alone fighting on Saturday night. But we don't know what Errol Spence is going to be in the ring come Saturday. And if you think you know, it's just an educated guess. But nobody knows how a human being is going to respond in a sporting event after going through something like that. So that was the reason why I was just like, there's no sense in me breaking down old film of Errol Spence Jr. The reason I stopped myself from watching any old Danny Garcia tape is because we don't know what Danny Garcia is going to show up. We just don't. And I'm from Philly. I'm from Philly, and I'm a big Danny Garcia fan. But there's a big difference between the 147-pound Danny Garcia and the 140-pound Danny Garcia. Let's just keep it real. At 147 pounds, Danny Garcia has beat Robert Guerrero. He's beaten Adrian Granados, and he's beaten Ivan Redcash. Those are the people he's beaten at 147. If I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. But the two biggest fights of his career at 147 was Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. And he lost both fights. So I can't definitively say I know what Danny Garcia is going to walk into the ring Saturday night. So the best I can do for you guys in this video is actually give you 3 keys to victory for each guy, and then just give you a wild guess, because I don't know who's going to be stepping into the ring Saturday night. I know it's going to be Errol Spence and Danny Garcia, but I don't know which Errol Spence and I don't know which Danny Garcia is going to be. Now, starting with Danny Garcia has to do 3 things. It's real simple. Number 1, when he's not trying to load up for the big shot, he need to stay active. He need to stay active with the jab. Even if it's not a power jab, if it's just a jab to keep distance, a jab to the body, just flash the jab. Just flash it. Like his punch output should be up in this fight. It should really be up in this fight. When he's not trying to counter punch, Errol Spence Jr., he needs to be active with that jab. Number 2, he needs to make Errol Spence think in terms of when he throws body shots. Errol Spence Jr. has never been in a fight where he had to think before he started throwing body punches. He just gets on the inside and start ripping shots. Danny Garcia is the only person Errol Spence probably will fight in his career where he's going to have to seriously think about how and when he throws body shots. And it's really, really that simple. Because in boxing, you don't trade body shots for headshots. You do not trade body shots for headshots. That's just what it is. You just don't. And I don't think Errol Spence Jr. wants to be getting hit with them Danny Garcia hooks trying to reach for a body shot. Okay? That's number 2. And number 3, with Danny Garcia, foot movement. I know he's not, a person known for his footwork or anything like that, but he definitely needs his footwork to be on point. He can't let Errol Spence win a battle with a footwork. Can't. Those are the 3 things for Danny Garcia. As far as Errol Spence Jr., punch rate got to be up. He can win this fight. He can win this fight strictly off of just outworking Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Strictly off of outworking Danny Garcia. Second thing, the uppercut. Uppercut for Errol Spence, I think, is going to be there for him. With Danny Garcia loading up on a lot of shots, I think Errol Spence is going to have an opportunity to really, really, really land some short, compact uppercuts on the inside. And the third thing for Errol Spence, he just needs to be intelligent inside of the ring. He's going to have to operate a little bit different than what he usually does offensively, because Danny Garcia is one of the best catch and shoot guys in the game. So he can't be reckless. So those are the 3 things that Errol Spence needs to do. As far as a prediction, I'm gonna go with Errol Spence by close decision. And it's really tough to call this one. I mean, from a betting perspective, I would put a couple, I put some bear money on Danny. You know what I'm saying? He's like plus 250 as far as the odds is concerned. But yeah, like actually picking a winner, if Errol Spence is his usual self, he should win this fight. But who knows? I'm going Errol Spence, close decision, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm just being completely honest. I'm not 100% sure. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.